The fuck? Are we back? We're back? Okay. I have no idea what happened. I don't know if that was just a Twitch thing. I don't know if that was our internet sort of a thing. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, my stream is still, OBS Studio is going the whole time, but I got a pop-up notification, which never happens from OBS, saying it was disconnected. Like, it actually made a Windows noise and said disconnected. I have no idea. So yeah, and I'll get your pack fact here, Super Junior Pac-Man. I haven't forgot, don't worry. But going back to it, Hunter, it really just kind of depends on, again, what your comfortable is and what your game scope is, like what your idea for your game is. Are you making some, like, what are you going for with game dev? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? What are you doing? And as for Super Junior Pac-Man's pack fact, I'm sure he knows about this already, but for those of you in here who do not know about this, it's a really cool thing they just did. I would have purchased it had I not just purchased the new arcade 1-up Pac-Man machine. I want that more because that's actually kind of playable. But this is the new Lego set that they're coming out with. This Lego Pac-Man set. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool anyway. You have this whole set. The joystick actually moves, so you can actually move the joystick. It doesn't actually move the maze and everything. These buttons over here will actually light up this little coin slot thing at the side. And it has a crank on the side when you turn it. It's hard to see the crank, right there it is. But when you turn the crank on the side, it actually makes the joints in the maze move. And the little Pac-Man and Ghost actually kind of move around. Again, you can't play it, but you can kind of simulate them moving around. The back opens up and it has a little Lego minifigure inside with a mini Pac-Man machine. She's got Blinky and Pac-Man on her shirt. It looks really neat. Pero, did I see the crochet set that you sent me? Yes, I saw it. And you know what? I actually have it. It's in the other room. I actually do have the crochet set. I meant to potentially do that on stream at some point in time. I haven't decided yet. I have never crocheted anything in my life. I've never crocheted a damn thing in my life. So I don't know if it would be a disaster, and I don't know if it would be something fun. But they make it sound like it's supposed to be pretty easy. So maybe it is. I don't know. But yeah, Lego Pac-Man set. Pretty cool. I think it's like $270. $270. Yeah, look at this. Rod! For 12 months. Hi, Rod. Rod, hi. Thank you for keeping me company at work this morning. I know I didn't say a whole lot. I had some customers and stuff in the store, but I was watching you and I appreciated you streaming some art. It was good to see you arting a whole year, Rod. That is awesome. Thank you so much. You're so wonderful. We love Rod. I'm gonna give Rod a shout out. If you guys are not watching Rod, please go watch Rod. Rod has been having this wonderful art journey that they've been doing lately on stream. They've been learning how to draw and paint and sketch, doing the good methods of drawing and painting and sketching by actually using references and other people's arts to, you know, try to use as a learning experience. So it's been really good to watch. I was actually talking to I've rated them before, that Flip Switch guy, Flip Switch X. We've rated him before. He's doing game dev on Magnet Jack. And hi Molt. But he's doing game dev on Magnet Jack. And the other day he was making waffles. He's making sprites of waffles. And he actually had pictures of like waffles and syrup up on his other monitor, or up on the screen that he was using as a reference. And I messaged him in the chat and I said, I appreciate so much that you're actually using references to do things. He's like, well, why wouldn't you use references? And I was like, there's so many people out there that when they do art, they don't use references. They feel like it's cheating somehow, like they're copying. And it's like, it's one thing to blatantly trace over and copy the exact pose and everything like that, but it's a whole nother thing to use something as a reference so you know what it looks like, because you can't expect your brain to memorize how everything looks and just call upon that on demand. You can't do that. So, are we still on the name entry thing or no? No, so I got the name entry thing done, but I'm gonna be working on one more thing on it. Like this is, is my sound up? Because I hope my sound's not up. Okay, it's not. But you see how we've got like this long string of W's? I have made it so that it doesn't matter how long the text is, it will shrink the text. It'll shrink the font size in order to fit it in there so it doesn't go down to the next line. And that's cool. What I would like to do, right now I have it just literally going down by font sizes. So it goes, you know, it scans and sees if 20-point font is too big, then 19, then 18, then 17, and then whatever it finds one that fits, it settles on that one. I've found that I can do like decimal places when it comes to font sizes. And so I would like to see if I can come up with a calculation here real quick at the beginning that would, the calculation would do a decimal point font size. So it would make it as close to the full length of the box as possible, rather than just a font size that fits within the box, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm going to be working on that here real quick. It shouldn't be hard. I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. So I just need to make another alterable value here. We need to go here, loop text size, current font size. I'm gonna look at last text size. How do I do this? Okay, so the problem is that the typeface itself is Arial. It's literally just Arial. Like if I go over here and look at the font, it's plain old boring ass Arial. So I can't really edit that. Plus ClickTeam Fusion doesn't really have a way to do anything with kerning. Like there's no this is the font panel. There's no options for kerning in here. You literally have the font style, and the size. And that's it. That's all you got. So I don't really have any options like that. And plus, it may not be just W's in case somebody, look, I'm just thinking ahead, okay? I'm thinking ahead in case somebody does something that I don't plan for. But I'm planning for it, so technically I am planning for them doing it. Anyway, so like if they use weird characters that are wider than a W or something, I don't know. Like somebody could enter whatever the hell they want in there and muck it all up. And I just, more than anything, I don't want the text spilling over into another row or anything else. So that's what we're working on here. So I think what I'm gonna do is, if the text size is bigger than this, what we're gonna do, let's see here. Text size of that. Set loop text size to text size horizontal 1. Okay. Actually, I don't need another value, I don't think. What we're gonna do is here, we're gonna sub 1 from our font size. We're gonna test the size of the font again. And we're gonna say, is this lower than 250? And if it is, we're gonna say by how much. We are going to, what are we gonna do? Exitron!
feels like it was 25 months just a few days ago.
No, it feels like longer than that. Don't let time fly that fast, buddy. Hi, Exatron. Thank you so much for the tier 2 sub for 26 months. That is awesome. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. How's your day going? Is Riley still hiding up in the chair? What a cute little baby boy. Cute little babu. Do I need a decimal point? Do I need a... I don't think I do. I think I can just set the font size. So what I think we're gonna do here, we're going to alter value set current font size. Okay, we're gonna set current font size to oh, I do need to do this. I forgot about this. Okay, hang on. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay, we're gonna go alterable value set last text size to horizon text size. So we're gonna move that here. Okay. And then what we're gonna do here, we're going to alterable value set our current font size to yes phone. Last text size, which is going to be the bigger one, minus no, we don't want to do that. We need this, but not here. We're gonna do, this is gonna be 250 minus loop text size. Yes, 250 minus loop text size. Okay. And then I gotta look at this again because I can't remember how to do this. Gotta find out how to find a percentage. Dividing the value by the total value, then so if we do this right here, this is 250 minus the loop text size, and we're going to divide that by the last text size, which is the biggest one there. And we're gonna times that by 0.1. So what if we do, this actually needs to be alterable values, current font size, plus this calculation here. I think that's what we need. And then, but we need to do that and then stop the loop. And then we set font size to current font size of that. And we need to make one more thing here that says on loop calculate font. So if this doesn't occur, we go down here, and this is going to say, what we'll do then is we will alterable value set last text size to loop text size. Because it's going to subtract 1 from the current font size. Set text to the loop text, set font face, and then set loop text size to the new, because we're subtracting 1 from the font. Okay. So that should work, I think. But I need to do this for all of these. I need the last text size as well here. Gotta put that here. And I have to change each of these. This will be easier in this. Or maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, it's easier. So how has everybody's Saturday been? Everybody having a good Saturday? Did you guys do anything exciting or fun today? Would like to know. I worked. It's not that it wasn't fun, but it's not like it was super duper fun. Saturday is all right. Nice. I don't know if that's gonna jinx me, but I don't think that I've had any Twitch ads now for several weeks. Molt, did you accidentally subscribe to Twitch Prime or Twitch, whatever the fuck it is? I don't know. You hip thrusted 705 pounds. Fox, and that's insane. Fox, and that's over 3 of me. How's that possible, man? That's insane. Strong. Strong and mighty. That's nutso. All right, let me see if this works or if this completely just fucks everything up. Let's see here. Now that actually looks a little bit bigger, doesn't it? What I would like to see here. Let's make the 5th one really big. Let's make the 5th one really big, because that'll be the last one that is done, and then I can see if the font size actually goes to a percentage. But better yet, what we should do is just set each of them to like a weird amount. So here, let's edit all these things. Let's just edit all of these. So this one's gonna be a bunch of W's, but we'll do like maybe a couple more, right? This one will be, what's the 5th? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that is 15. Let's do 2 less. Let's do one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then let's do one that's, I don't know, let's just do a whole bunch of fucking scribbles. Probably not that. Well, it's probably gonna need some. Key mash. All right, let's save this. Did I save it? You ate pizza today. Pizza's awesome. I'm a little jealous, actually. I was thinking about, but that was actually last night. I was thinking about doing papadillas. It still put the font sizes. Okay, let's see here. Blue bonus flask. Current font size is 18. So it's not doing what I want it to do. We were gonna get, was it earlier this week? I think it was Monday. Lennox and I got the papadillas, the Cool Ranch, Doritos Cool Ranch papadillas from Papa John's. And they were very, very good. They were really good. And my only problem with it was that it was a little bit messy. Mine kept like flopping all over and stuff was falling out of it, but it was still really good. It was very, very good. I was craving that kind of again last night, but we had Zaxby's instead. And Zaxby's hit so hard. Zaxby's was so good. It was just, oh my God, it was so good. Zaxby's, listen, Mo, we can be messy and flopping all over when it comes to eating pizza, okay? Zaxby's has been phenomenal lately because most fast food places, like, I know I made a tweet about this recently, but like McDonald's and Taco Bell, for example, that's supposed to be cheap fast food. And those places now, I go there and I pay 10, 11 bucks. I went to Taco Bell today for lunch, as an example. Paid 10 bucks for a quesadilla, 1 taco, and a drink. 10 bucks. Last night, I got my meal at Zaxby's, and it was 11 bucks. And I got 3 chicken fingers, 5 boneless wings, a whole bunch of fries that are amazing fries, by the way, a piece of toast, their Zax sauce, ranch, and a drink. Like, and Zaxby's is like, it's not even close in quality to like McDonald's and Taco Bell. Like, I like McDonald's and Taco Bell, don't get me wrong. But McDonald's and Taco Bell are like, again, cheap food. Like, I don't feel like I go to McDonald's and I'm like, wow, this is really high quality food. You know, it tastes like cheap food, and that's fine. I go there for that purpose. I'm not criticizing the fact that it tastes like cheap food. But Zaxby's is in a whole other level. Like, their stuff is well seasoned. The fries are great. The toast is like toasted just perfectly. Like, there's like, it's like a high end fast food place. And all of that for $1 more. Like, yeah, Zaxby's is like on the level of like Raising Cane's. I would say, now that I've had them both a lot more frequently, I would say I put Zaxby's a little bit above Raising Cane's. The only reason that Zaxby's is they're kind of on par is because I really love Raising Cane's cane sauce. Raising Cane's is like, their cane sauce is just so fucking good. I love this compare, and like, this describes Zaxby's perfect. It's sit down level food, but it is, it's great. Zaxby's is just phenomenal. And you would expect that when you go to a place like Zaxby's and they're as good as they are, that the food would be more expensive, because we're just kind of accustomed to that. We just associate that with that. But like, Zaxby's is just, I don't know, Zaxby's may be a place I start going more frequently, because Zaxby's is phenomenal. They've been great lately. Also, I think somebody gave me I think it was Gareth gave me a hydrate at the beginning and I completely missed it. Arrow gave me a hydrate. Sorry, I missed your hydrate. Look, I like Popeyes too. Popeyes is really good. I really do I love their blackened ranch. I love their spicy chicken fingers or boneless chicken wings, whatever the hell they are. I don't I really love Popeyes. Popeyes is really good too. But I do feel like the last time I got something from Popeyes, I felt like they kind of skimped me a little bit on everything. Like, it was very small portions for what I felt like I paid for. So it was a little weird. This stream is sponsored by Zaxby's. You know what? If Zaxby's wanted to sponsor me, I would gladly do that. Also, hi Glitch, how's it going? Wait, you're actually Blueberry now, aren't you? Okay. So this did not work at all. This didn't work at all, and I'm curious as to why. So what we should do, let's do this. I'm just gonna grab this, right? And we're just gonna do a value that's not actually even present. We're gonna set Q to this. And let's see what happens. I want to see what that gets set to. Q is set to 0. Last loop size, last text size. 238. Okay, so 238 was that one. That's fine. Drew Packboy. I saw your Packboy one. I didn't see your Oh, I see it now. It's cute. I learned at Popeyes that you can definitely order no pickles on the chicken Sammy, but for the love of God, do not ask to put ketchup on it. The look you get and the tone of "we don't do that here" as they hand you ketchup packets. I mean, it's fair. Everybody has their preferences, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but for me, I don't typically like ketchup on chicken. It's so weird too, right? Like, because ketchup is great. I love ketchup on fries, love it on burgers. But like on chicken, it's always either mayo or like honey mustard for me. Those are the things I usually go for when it comes to chicken. Like, chicken is one of those things that I feel like it doesn't need more flavor, but it deserves more flavor. It's weird. God damn it. Better not have any weird things on there. Maybe that's why. Maybe chicken doesn't have much flavor on its own, so we Is this... Okay, does this need to be 1.0 then? Still nothing. Ultimate IQ is still nothing. Times 100? It can't be. See, ultra value Q is not getting set to any... Wait. No, it's 250 minus loop text size divided by last text size times 100. Like, even if this 250 minus loop text size divided by... Maybe this needs to be last text size times 1.0. Hey Ford, how's it going? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Salted fries. Mickey D's so floppy. I just call them flies. You know, it's weird. I was talking to Linux about this recently, about how I think this is supposed to be 0.1, but how personally I hated it. I've always hated it when I go to like a McDonald's or something and they're like, hey, can we have you pull up when I get to like, I'm trying to get my food, and they're like, hey, can we have you pull up? We're making fresh fries for you right now. They'll be out in just a moment, but we gotta let them cook a little bit longer. So we're gonna have you pull up there and we'll bring out your food. And I'm always just like, damn it. I don't want fresh fries. I want the fries that have been sitting there for a little bit. I want the fries that are a little bit soggy, that have been soaking up that salt and grease a little bit. I don't want them to be cold. There's a big difference. But I don't like the fresh fries because I can't eat them. They're too hot. My mouth can't handle it. They burn my mouth. They burn my tongue. These bitches are hot. And then I have to sit there and wait, and I just have to stare at these fries that I can't have. I paid for these and I can't have them because they're too hot. I don't want fresh fries. I don't want them. Thank you for the hydrate, Blueberry. All right, does this work? I'm just trying to see if I can get a calculation on here. Oh, okay, that's too little. That is working, but that's too little. We don't need it to be that little. So if we're timesing it by 0.1, okay, hang on. Yeah? I'm doing this the wrong, no, I'm not. 250 is greater, so 250, so I gotta calculate this out. So it's 250, and then the loop text size is going to be smaller. So let's say, for example, let's work on examples. So 250, let's say our looped text size is 225, a whole 20. So 250 minus 225 would be 25. And then we're gonna divide it. This is where it's a problem. This is a problem. This calculation is not, this is not right. I've been told that Mickey D's policy is to make fresh fries every 7 minutes. It might not have been that short, but it was still a short amount of time. I mean, I imagine that if they're in a busy moment, they're probably gonna be going through that many fries. Like that shouldn't be anything that would be random. You know, I'm kind of feeling, you guys, we've been listening to this station for a while, and as much as I think this station rocks, I think I want to go back to like the video game music station. What do you guys think? Let me find it here. The Chip Tunes Radio. I think I'm up for something a little bit different right now. Yeah, let's go. Is there no music? Is there no music? Hello? It's on. They actually have a totally new background and stuff too. Oh, people are saying it broke, no audio. Oh, really? Like the moment I'm feeling like, let's go to something different. What's this one? Is this one any good? I mean, it's not. This is a streamed thing. It's not actually live right now. Yeah, this is like an 8-hour mix. Popcorn! I love popcorn. No, we're not doing that. Okay, so I think I know where I've gone wrong on this. Because this is the maximum amount between that. So this needs to be, God, I gotta do more in these parentheses. Last text size divided by looped text size times 1. Okay, is that? I feel like that might be the right calculation, right? 1.2. Did we add 1 at the beginning of that? No, we didn't, did we? Times. This needs to be 0.01. .12, okay. And that would stretch this out just a little bit more. Okay, so that should, that's the formula I need right there. This is the formula I need. That's a huge fucking formula. That's a huge ass bitch. Hi, Friday. How's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. All right, let's try this out. Now, do they all line up now? They still look exactly the same, fucking same. 18.12, that's the font size, 18.12, that's fine. Why did I not do it for all of them? I thought I did. Big formula. Big formula. Set loop text size to... I don't even need to do that, do I? Not at the beginning anyway. Because this one here, we're gonna go here on calculate font. Sub 1 from the current font size, which starts at 19, goes down to, or starts at 20, goes down to 19. Set text to the loop text. Set font face to font number 1, doesn't matter. Set current font size to that. Current font size. Set loop text size to text width. So we're setting it to the text width, right? Okay. And then here, we're testing if it's lower than 250. And then here, if it's not, we set last text size to loop text size. But if it is, then up here, last text size is set to that. And then all we're doing afterwards is just font size to that. Set font size to current font size. How's it going? It's going pretty good. I'm trying to figure out a weird little calculation here. If I don't get it within like the next like 5-10 minutes, I'm probably just gonna move on and go do some sprite work. We're gonna keep working on Billy's running animation. But I'm just trying to figure out loop text to string start loop. Okay, that's fine. How is your Saturday night going? Hope you're doing well. I would actually like to be playing Fortnite right now because the end of the season's coming up in about a week and I want to play and get all my rewards. But I need to do game dev. I need to be focused on it. I need to get this done because I would love to get Bouncin' Billy on the freaking Steam Marketplace. That is, it's so exciting to me. I'm so excited. But also I want to just kind of get the basic game done. And then the updated visual mode is all going to be extra stuff. So I want to get the basic game done so that I can get it out to people. Saturday night, it's nice, it's raining and thundering. Oh my God, I am jealous. I love a good thunderstorm. I kind of missed the last place I lived at because my computer was in a room that was like right next to where a window was. The room was big, but you know, you could, it was like on the upstairs floor and you could hear when it was thundering and raining and stuff. Where my computer currently is right next to the hallway in the middle of the building. I've got the whole living room behind me and the windows are all the way back over there. So, and there's another floor above me too. So I don't get to hear the rain sounds. Next season is Friday. I know. I'm so excited. I gotta get the last couple alternate styles for Thunder and why am I completely blanking on his name right now? Shoot, what the fuck's his name? What is it? Thunder and the other guy, the Renzo, thank you. Thank you, Garrett. I was actually looking through your message to me because I thought you had mentioned it and you did, and I see it now, but for some reason, because I couldn't think of the name, my brain couldn't see the name. So even though it was right in front of me, I couldn't see the name. Yeah, I want to get the last skins for Renzo and Thunder, and then I'll be happy. If I get any other ones past that, I'll be happy too. I would love to get all of them, but honestly, I'm not going to spend money this time to finalize the battle pass. If I can just get those two, I need to hit 11 more levels to get those guys, and I'll be done. I'll be happy. I'm gonna keep this other station open and see if it starts playing music randomly. If it starts randomly playing music, we'll know, and then I'll switch over to that one because I'd rather have that station. Okay. So for some reason this is not. It's working. And I know you can do this. I'm fairly certain you can do this. So let's try something. Let's try something. We're gonna try a little experiment, okay? We are going to... We're gonna go to value R. We're gonna set this to 15. And then I'm going to just make a new condition here that says the keyboard repeat while a key is pressed. We're gonna say I is pressed. We are going to alter value add to alter value R 0.1, and then we are going to this. We're gonna go set font size to altable value R of that 0 to keep current size. Is it working? It is working, but not how I want it to. So I'm gonna test something here real quick. Was it I? So maybe you can't do this. Maybe I can't do a decimal point. I thought I could. So maybe all this stuff I'm doing is for nothing. Maybe I can't do decimal point values. Oh my god, Cheese went to sleep. I wanted to say earlier that your microphone settings sound more articulate. I'm doing laundry. No, it's not wasted time. I feel like any time making the game improved, whether it's in performance or just visual, I feel like is worth it. But there is a point where you can, I mean, if you start working on something yourself, if you start working on a game project or art or anything else like that, you will, if you're left to your own devices, a lot of people will just keep adding and adding and adding, especially when it comes to game dev, because you keep getting ideas and you want it to be as good as possible. So you're always adding new stuff. That happened to me with Pac-Man 37. Every time I thought, oh, I'm close to being done, I'd be like, well, what if I added this in? And what if I did this? And it just kind of kept going. And it snowballed and it became this huge, huge project, which I'm happy with. But there has to come a point where you have to be like, okay, it's enough. It's enough slices. If you're limited to integers, can you multiply your values by 10 and use that? That's what I was curious about. So let me see if that works. Let's test that out. Maybe you can't do it as a decimal point when you're setting it, but if you set it and then times it by a decimal, maybe that decimal place. Maybe that works. So what if this is 190 and we add 1 to it, and then we do this, we set times 1.0, and does that work? Did that? I need to do 0.1, don't I? Too much. Does that work? Hang on. I don't think it works still. I only think it looked good because it was bigger. Yeah, I don't think it works. I don't think you can do that in QuickTeam, and that's fine. That's fine. That, you know what? Then that just answers my question. Then that means it's something I can't do, and I don't need to be worrying about it. You know? I'm gonna leave it in just because it's not hurting anything. It's doing the exact same thing it would be, but we're just gonna leave it as is. I like having it there in case it's an option later on. Maybe I find out a way and all my work wouldn't go to waste. So I'm just gonna leave it as is. We're just gonna leave it as is. It's fine. So I mean, it works. Nothing is spilling over. All the text is fitting on the lines. I would like it all to be uniform and lined up. By the way, question for you guys. When you see this screen right here on your screen, do you see black and gray checkers, like checkerboard kind of pattern in the background? Do you see that? Because it's so funny to me on my side monitor here, I can see the black and gray checkerboard pattern, but on my main monitor, I cannot see it. See, Donnie can see it. Harrow can't see it. Super Junior Pac-Man can't see it. Molt can't see it. Blueberry can see it. I think it depends on the monitor and the brightness setting that you have. But it's so funny that I forgot I had a pattern in the background on here. Yeah, so I made it dim on purpose. Like if we go to like the help screen, for example, you can see the pattern is in the background here. So that's the pattern. I still have the broadcast you were watching is ended on my screen. Oh no. Yeah, so this is the pattern right here. And on any black screen, like the title screen, for example, it's in here. I can't see it here, but on my other monitor, I can see it. So like if I go like this and color these sections purple, you can see there's a pattern there. I just find it funny that I can see it, but I can't see it on my main monitor. All right, anyway, so I got that done. That's fine. We're gonna leave that as is. So we're gonna go back over here and we're gonna work on our running animation. I looked at this a little bit afterwards and I went back to it and edited it a little bit, and I think I'm pretty happy with how it has turned out. I think I need to edit these shoes a bit more. I think in the first few frames, because the last few frames I got the shoes more right. They look a lot better, like that back one, this front one. These look good. But these first few ones, I don't think are that good. Whoa, Gareth with the 500. New arcade game for the machine? What are you talking about? This reminds me of Tetrasphere music. I'm not gonna get sucked into another Tetrasphere. Okay, how did I do these? I really like these. This looks gross, I don't like it. So I think what I need to do is I'm gonna... Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. Tetrasphere. Tetrasphere was great. Tetrosphere. Yeah, didn't we get sucked into that once here on stream? Didn't we get sucked into that? Like I started playing Tetrasphere on stream. I'm fairly certain we got sucked into that. Yeah, we definitely did. It was fun too. I fucking love Tetrasphere. The song? Hello? Like, I feel like I did this leg so much better. The song is slapping. We are getting follows tonight. Yuli, you. Okay, I'm gonna butcher it. Yui Louie. I apologize if there's a better way to pronounce it. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a great Saturday. And you play Genshin? Genshin. Wait, how do you know that? Is there like... Oh my god, what's happening? Liyue names? You know what? Hey. I do. You're absolutely right there. Okay. Okay, I need to make this one go... Oh, shit. That's not what we want. We do need to make this go up, though. I feel like that's too much, though. How do I do this? Hi, Quint. My baby. Hi. Hi. It's a baby. It's a little baby. The Quincy baby. It's Queen's baby. Yes, it is. Hi. My little boy. You a good boy? Hmm? Yeah, he's a good boy. I think the stream would like to see you, Quincy. They haven't got to see you really a whole bunch lately. Do we show the stream to Quincy? Do you wanna be seen on stream? Has Quincy ever suddenly become alert and then popped like a kernel? He doesn't do that, but he does get zoomies a lot. I need to film his zoomies because like for example, this evening when we were eating dinner, he was just jumping up like almost to the top of his cat tower. And then you guys know this cat screaming on scratching post meme. Yeah, I know you guys know this. This is basically what Quincy looked like tonight. He looked like that. He looked like that. That's what he was doing. He was on his cat tower. He had his little arms wrapped around it, and he was like, Linux was like trying to grab him from behind, and he was just like had his head back and everything. It was really fucking cute. He loves climbing all over his cat tower. I need to get video of it sometime, so I'll try to remember that tomorrow when we're eating dinner and stuff. I'll try to get video of him going absolutely bonkers ape shit for you guys, and I'll show it to you. Yeah, I think this needs to go in a little bit. I think that's what's bothering me about this. I had the foot like way more back, didn't I, back here? Okay. Dargo's making every effort to get inside the chair again. He likes the chair. Let him have the chair. I don't understand what the problem is. Let him have the chair. He can have a little chair as a treat. What if Dargo gets hurt? I mean, as long as Extratron doesn't sit in the chair, Dargo should be fine. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wait, no, is that fine? That's fine. That actually almost looks too big though, doesn't it? I love it, Pero. Why does this shoe like shrink up, right? I don't like that. Yeah, I definitely like, I feel like I got the hang of the flow better over here. These ones look so much better. That pose is not bad. I haven't changed that pose really, have I? I did it here. We can probably change it again here, because it's really not. This is supposed to be a transitionary pose anyway. That's fine. I hate to just make it so straight like that, but I mean, it's Gay Pride Month. Can't be having things be that straight. It's too much. It's a graveyard, Greg. How's it going? Oh, you're the sexy beast. I hope you're doing well tonight, Greg. It's been a little while. It's a Gregory Dice to you. Well, you know what? Greg gets a shout out. That's just what we do. You were playing Dead by Daylight. Last time I played Dead by Daylight, the very last time I played Dead by Daylight, by the way, the last time I played Dead by Daylight was with you. And you were the killer, and you sought me out, and you killed me a whole bunch, and I said, I don't like this game. That's the last time I played Dead by Daylight. Curse what? I mean, I guess that's fair. Oh, that's so okay. Yeah, this is weird. This is not. This needs to be. I don't think it needs to be there, but I feel it does need more. I only killed you because I love you. That is what everybody says. They only kill out of love. I mean, it's a perfect excuse, right? I'm actually gonna make this shoe go up more. Should I make the shoe go up more? It doesn't quite have the impact I want. No, we want that to be like that. I'm gonna go like this. I think that's two. Might need to go back more though. Like, how much do we go back here? Quite a bit. Almost the same length as the shoe, don't we? So I think that's part of the problem I'm having here, is that this needs to go back more. This needs to go. This looks so weird. I'm gonna move this down. You know, I don't really like how that's working like that. It is a foxing up the place. He and the wonderful Pero are chilling out in here. We're hanging. We're having a nice time. I'm making a little run animation for this character in my game. And feel like I'm getting it, but not as fast as I want to. It's not going how fast I want it to. I feel like this needs to be up higher. That's the part where it's starting to lose me a little bit. Ooh, I don't like that. I really don't like this either because it makes his leg look way too thick. I think we need to do that. Is that? It doesn't feel like a while since I read your tweets every day. Yeah, Foxen's always tweeting, always posting some good content, good wholesome content on TikToks. So we appreciate Foxen here. And of course we appreciate Pero as well. Pero is always a wonderful supporter, full of puns. Just packed to the brim with puns. Okay, you finished your 30-day drawing challenge? Very nice. Loop back to frame 4. Congratulations, how does it feel? Let's see how this looks. I like the legs now. I think they look a lot better. Those feet look so much better now. Yeah, I think that looks great. That looks awesome. Let's see how that looks here when we go into... Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Because the forward leg... almost goes out too far. Hang on, actually. Wondering what the hell you do next? What would you do next? I think you should. I mean, if you did 30 days, you deserve a break. That's a good thing. You can pat yourself on the back. That's awesome. Yeah, I think you should draw furry heads. That's a good idea. What you should do is find a couple artists that you really like the way that they draw furry heads. Try to pick a feature in particular that you like the way they draw. Maybe it's the eyes, maybe it's the nose, maybe it's how their mouth looks, maybe it's the ears. Find something that you find a feature that you like and practice drawing that and see how that artist draws it and try to imitate it in your own style. That's what I need to do. I need to get more sound alerts for, hang on, I'm gonna look for some of those today, right now. I'm gonna look for some right now because I would love to have more sound alerts for the high gay stuff, you know? There's Gareth playing a deep one. A deep one. Let's see. Let's see if they have... I can't, man, I may have to just record some of my own. I don't see anything on here. I want some of the, oh. You guys are ripe tonight. There's sachet away, but I want the sachet away with deals.
Sachet
away. I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna work on some. I'm gonna get some in here. Record some original fart content. I don't think y'all are ready for that. Hi, Quincy. Hi. My baby. What you doing? You coming up here to see what I'm doing? Yeah. Come up, see what I'm doing? Cat. Oh, hi, baby. Hi. Yeah. Love you so much. I love you so much. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Hey, he's such a good boy. Do you want to see the stream? You want to see the stream? Hi, baby. Hi. Getting into the nitty kitty of it. Oh no. Crazy. Big yawn. Big yawn. Big yawn. Yeah. Oh, it feels good. Feel good? Oh, it feels good. Hi, baby. Feel good? Oh, it feels good. He loves it. I found out that he liked this little spot right on his head. Scratch like right above his eye. He likes that little spot being rubbed a bit. Don't you, baby? Don't put my finger in your mouth. You do the same thing you did to Linux. Is that what you want to do? He is such a good boy. Most times. There's other times when he's kind of shitty, but right now he's being a good boy. Yep. Isn't he? Isn't he? Yeah. I'm showing the whole stream, you Quincy. You see yourself on the screen? You see that kitty on the screen? That's you. You see that tuna on the floor back there in that bowl that you didn't eat? That's yours. Is Quincy a good boy more often than not? Yes, he's a good boy more often than not. The only area he really is a bad boy in is headphones. I cannot have a wired pair of headphones with Quincy in the house because Quincy will chew through them as soon as they come out of the package. He will find my headphones and he will chew through them. And it's not cool, Quincy. It is not cool. It's not appreciated. No. Glitter. All right, I'm gonna copy. Let me get rid of this actually. I don't need that anymore. I'm gonna copy all these because I like this. I'm gonna put these here and then we're gonna go just as a backup. This is how I usually do it. I save all these things as a backup. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back here, and now we're gonna start animating his arms. So we need to start working on that. Oh, that's our high scores. Yeah. Twitch is still censoring the word gay in stream titles. It's not surprising. Disappointing, but not surprising. What was I gonna do? Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I was going to actually go over here, go to the high scores, and I was gonna reset it. I forgot to make it so that I can click on it. Oh, I found a bug. I found a couple bugs right there, actually. I found, in that short little span, in that short little span of time that I just did, I found 3 bugs. Found 3 bugs. So, all right. Let's see here. Full screen mode. I'm gonna swat them right now so I don't forget about them. So what is this? When you hit the shift button, where is it? There it is. Repeat while shift is pressed. Set alternate value B to 1. Okay, so we're gonna say, upon pressing S, we're gonna go add a new condition plus, compare one of the alternate values, B equals 0. Put that in there, so that way that can't happen anymore. And then when we do the erase procedure, which should be down here at the bottom, I think. What did I do? Oh no, it's up here. Correcting text sizes, volume slider. Where the fuck is it? Placing high score, deleting high scores. Right here. Let's see here. Confirmed pressed. We're redoing all these. What we need to do here is flag set off, set text size. Okay. Let's go over here and play with these font or these sizes again, just to make sure it's working properly. Oh, not Adobe. Mario Paint Fly Swatter minigame. I loved that thing. Are you kidding me? Can we talk about how Billy copped the Junior Pack hat with no propeller? Oh, you know what? I may have taken inspiration from that when I was a kid for Junior Pac-Man. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm pretty certain I had seen a Junior Pac-Man machine before I created Bouncin' Billy. So that definitely may very well be a reference there. But you also got to look at, like, this is what the original sprite looked like. So, I mean, it was kind of... It was just me not really being good with sprite work back then. Iconic. All right, let's set this to just blah, 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 blah. Let's set the next one to a bunch of W's again. Just to get the width of things. Make sure that everything is... Okay, I'm gonna save this real quick. Let's make sure this works now. Okay, smaller texts in there. What happened to that one? Anyway. Erase high scores. Okay, it didn't go... And everything goes back to normal sizes. Okay, cool. Cool. That works. The only other thing I have to do, and I'm just gonna mark it in here because I don't want to work on it right now. I'm gonna go mark it in my list of things to do. So Quincy's in front of me again. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What do you want? You want some loving? You want some pettings? Give you all the pets. Quincy tail. It's just gonna be okay. Oh, the pets. Hi, XRev. Oh, happy birthday, by the way. I kept meaning to wish you, was it yesterday or was it the day before? I can't remember, but I kept meaning to wish you a happy birthday all day and I kept getting sidetracked and I forgot. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Was your birthday yesterday? Hi. First, and thank you. Okay, so it's 2 days ago. It was 2 days ago. I'm sorry, I missed it. I'm sorry, but happy birthday. Oh. Okay, they're all weird sizes. Okay, cool. Procrastination at its finest. It's not necessarily procrastination, it's just really distracted. Like, I was at work and I saw the message pop on my phone, the alert saying, oh, you need to do this. And I was like, okay, I'll do that once I finish with the task I'm on. And I just got sidetracked and then it popped up in my head like 3 hours later and I was like, oh shoot, I never did that. Well, I'll do it when I finish with this. And I never finished with that. Or I finished with that, but I just forgot to go back to it. So, yeah. ADHD. Wee. Okay, so let's save. Yeah, this definitely looks a lot more like Junior's hat. Like, this looks like Junior's hat in here. But again, I was just going off of the basis for the original sprite, which is that. God. The process here, man. This is what you do. This is the process. You know, you got like, I just did some outlines and then refined it. And then I actually made his hat. I didn't like the way his hat looked here. I went back and looked at it later on and I made his hat look like that. Made it more 3D. I think it looks really nice now. I really like this sprite now. Thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, a few pixels. Like, look at that hat. Like, these two side by side, like that. Actually, let me move the sprite. So you can see how like I just added a little bit of, I just changed the perspective of it, made the bill look a little bit more inward, and it just makes it look so much better. Like, I liked the way this looked, and then I don't know what hit me, like 3 or 4 weeks after I had made it, I was like, no, hang on, that looks gross. And I made it like that and it looks so much better. Anyway. All right, so now we need to make arms. So we got him moving. We need to make him, we need to have his arms come out. I think what I want to do here is, we're just using these same colors, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use this color then. Is that just like in every one of these? Yeah. And we're gonna edit the head, so the head will actually look a little different too. I was like, do we have music? Is this still broke? Yeah, it's still broke. I could also go with the... This radio station I'm on right now is a little too chiptunesy for me. It's not bad, but it's a little too chiptunesy. Let's see what this... And we'll go back to some of this, I guess. I wish I could have the other station, because I kind of prefer it. I know I showed you this to tempt you into buying it, but I am seriously debating on getting that Lego Pac-Man set. It does look nice. It looks really cool. And I was just talking to the stream about it earlier. I would be buying it myself if it weren't for the fact that I just bought the arcade 1-up new Pac-Man deluxe version, because I want the full-size cab, I want the slanted back screen, I want the Wi-Fi, I want the options. I'm very excited about it. It comes next Thursday. So I've been considering doing a building stream of it, because I did that with the last arcade 1-up cabinet I did. I actually built it all on stream. I think it was a few years ago. It's probably like 3-4 years ago. So it was before I think a lot of my regulars here now were there. But I saved the whole thing as a VOD, so it's actually still in my stream library down there. All right, okay, let's do this. So if he's going like this, yeah, I got a really long USB cable, and I hooked my webcam up to it and brought it out into the living room, and I just chatted with people the whole time while I was building it. It was actually a lot of fun. All right, you know what I'm gonna do here? Let's see here. I'm gonna take his arm like out of the pocket, because he's got his arm in the pocket right here, right? So we're gonna do like a frame where his arm's kind of coming out of his pocket here. I want him to have like his fingers kind of being sprawled out a little bit, but not looking like he's fucking got some weird claw hand. What the fuck is going on here? Oh no, oh no, no, baby, no, baby girl, no. I want it to be like his hand comes out like this or something, and then, but it's really hard to do in like smaller pixels like this. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna grab this again. We're gonna do... But I don't want to go too far back. Hi, baby. That's the reason he kept his hand in the pocket. This is what he does all night long when I'm like trying to work on stuff on my computer. The shoulder looks too chunky. Yeah, well, right now it's just very much so a, we're just gonna, it looks okay there. I actually think it needs to go back more, if I'm being honest. But maybe not. Okay, we can get rid of this now because I actually like the way this is looking. I mean, yeah, he's not supposed to be a jock. He's supposed to be like a nerdy kid, but I'm not like at the same time, it's like, it's weird. Like, sometimes when you get to these pixel things, it's hard to find that like spot, that sweet spot, you know, especially when you're doing like such low resolution. And to be fair, like, it's gonna look a little chunky here, but that's also because like I haven't had a chance to refine it with other colors. So right now it's solid colors. So you're gonna see it as these just pure colors. And I'm gonna have to, I'll be able to get more subtle differences in it once I get, once I'm able to use more colors. But right now I'm just trying to block everything in. So it's a process. You just gotta trust the process. I like the way that looks. It looks like he's coming out of his pocket. He's taking his hand out. And this hand too over here. We may do a similar thing here. But I can't really portray that with this the way it is, so instead, we're just gonna move on to the next frame. So let's get, so this one he's gonna be moving his arm forward. And the shoulder goes all the way up to that. I think that should be down more though. We stop running. Would his hand go back in the pocket with no struggle, or would he do it out? I was thinking about that exact same thing, because like me being the way I am when it comes to game dev and stuff, I wouldn't just put his hands back in his pocket. I think I would have his hands actually be out for a little bit, and you'd have more of like a forward kind of stance, and then maybe after like 5 seconds or so, he would kind of lean back and put his hands in his pockets. It'd be a subtle little animation, but I think it'd be good. Quincy. This is what he does. Every 5 minutes, we got a Quincy up on the desk. He's over here. He's bugging me. He's just bugging me. He's bugging me. Yeah, he is. He's just bugging me. What do you want? Hmm? No. You don't get to just bug me and leave. You get to come here and cuddle. Mm-hmm. That's what you get. This is the tax you gotta pay for cuddling, or for bugging me. This is the tax you gotta pay for bugging me. Yeah, it's the tax you gotta pay. That's the tax you gotta pay. That's the tax you gotta pay. You come over and get in my face and keep interrupting me while I'm trying to do art. He wants the attention you're giving the computer. Oh, I know. I know what he wants. He wants me to play with him. He wants to play real bad. And I mean, it's cute. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate that he wants to play. I do. It's not lost on me. I'm just doing things at the moment, so he gonna have to wait. I feel like okay, I like that. Now we gotta figure out the back arm. I'm gonna go back and look at that animation that I was referencing before. He's a kitty. Waiting is so hard. Waiting is really hard. You know what would be nice? Let's open up Photoshop and see if we can open that up in here. Come on, Photoshop. I know you take a little bit to work. Desktop. See, they got the arm going way in the front. That one in the back. This is a 8 frame. They keep the arms like pretty much always in the front. Like, look at this. If you look at this, this right arm is in the front for 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in front of her face for 4 frames. Like it's farther to the right than her face for 4 frames. And then it's 1, 2, 3. The other one is in front of her face for 1, 2, 3, and then it's back here. So they actually they only have like 1 frame in the middle where the arm is in the middle, essentially. But you can see her back shoulder here. In that one, you can see her back shoulder coming up over here. So her whole torso is twisting. So we may need to do that with Billy as well. I think I may move his shoulder forward a little bit. Like here you can see her torso from the front a lot more. And then here, she actually twists. This is the pure side view. And then that one is side. And that one's more, you can actually see her back. And then this is pure side again. They do a little bit of an uneven thing here. So it's like we get, I think, 1, 2, 3. Wait, there's the middle. That's the middle frame. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, there it is. Okay, yeah. Gonna idle and take the latter part of your advice, boss, and draw. No breaks today, otherwise I might lose momentum. Well, that is highly admirable. Greg, and I hope you enjoy it. And feel free to lurk as much as you need to. I appreciate the lurk, always. Good seeing you in general. I mean, always. Always love having you around here. I didn't show you guys as well this other thing I was working on. I did not mean to close out the game. Let me see here. Where is it? Is it really gone? Sorting example. I don't even know what that is. Let's see here. Game projects, game dev, 2023. Yeah, this is what I was working on. This was a little project I was doing where I was trying to make, and I may still work on it, but I was trying to make my own PNG tuber software. You can actually see here whenever this little green light lights up, it's working. That would be the talking. So whenever it's lit up, and you can adjust these things however you want to, like you can have it be here so the cutoff's a lot quicker. So it actually shuts off after your voice. You can tune the volume to be a little bit higher. So if you feel like it's too sensitive, like you could have it right here. It's a nice thing. And then I made an amplifier, which doesn't really amplify your mic, but it changes the value of this. So it's a little bit more extreme. So you can turn it like all the way down. So this way, you know, you can see like I can't even get it all the way to the top when I'm talking here. So I'd have to have this like way down here, but you can make it just a little bit more sensitive essentially. But the middle ground is where it's supposed to be. But yeah, I'm actually planning on working on this more. And look, I even made it so if you don't have the mouse cursor in the arena, all that stuff disappears. Neato, right? But yeah, I plan to work on this a little bit more so I can have my own custom ping tuber software. But anyway, let's get back to what we were working on. Ow! What'd you hit me with? You throw a fry at me?
Want to throw a popsicle at you?
No.
Yeah.
He wants that popsicle. Look at him.
These are big popsicles.
That's a fucking boomerang. That's a boomerang.
It's a Welch's popsicle though.
We're gonna head to bed, but awesome stream boost. Attack Fry. Love y'all too. Pero says hi, Linux. Well, Foxen and Pero, you two wonderful people. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll catch you next time. Again, I appreciate you stopping by. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do here is we're gonna move all of this forward. I don't know why I didn't just move it all forward like that. I don't feel like it would be that far forward, you know, because of the perspective here. How far is back is the back one? It's up pretty high, almost perpendicular. to the ground. And then angled down. Okay. I don't think he's gonna be quite as athletic. You know, as much as I don't want to, like... Heals 2. I don't like that either. So it doesn't look terrible, but like I still think it's too... I think all of this just needs to go up, and then all of this needs to go inward more. Running animations are tough, dudes. Running the animations are tough. The fuck is this song?
Hello, my future girlfriend. This is what I sound like.
We're gonna make this one a pretty subtle, a pretty subtle change from this one here. Molly! Hi, Molly. How you doing tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Good to see you. You doing good? I'm doing pretty good too. We're working on some animations. I don't know if I like that. It's not, that's too much. It needs to be more subtle. Oh, didn't mean for the blue. Do I like that? I feel like I need this right here so I can get the silhouette a little bit better.
Future girlfriend.
Future girlfriend. Oh. I don't like that. Yeah, that, I agree. That last piece was a little weird. I feel like this is going back too far. So let's move this in a pixel. I should be doing this not like that because I will mess stuff up. But it's nice for the silhouettes. That's looking pretty good though. Billy seems to enjoy his new arms. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody does. Those look good. I like those running animations. Those arm frames. Those are really nice. All right, we're gonna save that because I'm liking that. So once you have the shapes down, then we can start piecing together all of the, we can start piecing together the actual animations and start getting all the nice little details in there and everything. But at least I'm really enjoying these shapes at the moment because they look pretty good. I think this one actually is probably one of the weaker ones because there's two. I feel like this needs to move still.
Congratulations. You just created an object that has never existed in all of time and space. It will never exist again. It's that easy, folks.
I don't like that. Yeah, it's weird because you can't. I can probably work with this once I actually get the other stuff going, but it's.
Yeah, well, a dope ass beat, you know, you could put it with
Which beat?
a dope ass beat.
I know what that is.
That's like a really good track.
Okay. So it's gotta have a beat.
Yeah, I like that. Gives a little bit of flop to the sleeve there. Like it goes up a little bit. We'll probably make it go up a little bit more when it's coming back down. All right, next frame. And this one's the one when they up. Arm is still very much so in the front. But we'll see what we do here. Thank you for the hydrate mulch, appreciate it. All right, let's get back out of here. We're gonna make this next one. We need to copy this. I'd probably turn Billy into a cactrot with those arm and leg angles. What? Cactrot. Cactrot was a different name for the cactar. Oh, okay. I don't know if I like that at all. Nope, that looks like he's punching himself in the face. We don't like that. Cactrot name was used in Final Fantasy VI. I loved 6 so much. 6 was such a good game. I gotta go take a pee. I will PRB. Be right back. Choking on fries. Quincy, we'll play after stream, okay? We'll play after stream, baby. Go lay down. He wants to play so bad. So I'm not gonna be going for too much longer. I think we're gonna, I want to finish the arms at least getting the arms blocked in. You know, and then we can kind of go from there. I don't like the way that looks on his arm. It makes it look like he's got like this weird noodle arm thing. I mean, maybe he does have a noodle arm, a weird noodle arm. I don't know. Yeah, that looks okay. The flow of it's a little bit better. And this back arm, when it's coming back in, yeah, it drops straight down. That's what I thought. Oh, I gotta get the silhouette again of this because it's weird. That is not at all what we want. It's fine. Let's get where the hand is. I think that might help us. I think I want it to move back a pixel. That's back too many pixels. That's just straight up and down, so I do need to go back one more. Yeah, it was fine the way it was before, wasn't it? We can refine this a little bit more too. Okay, these are the ones where we're gonna have to make his arms move a little bit more in. We're gonna give some more frames to these because of how it worked on that last one. I think I'm gonna make his arm go down a little bit more. Hey Dave, I am making a running animation for a character in my game here. So we are trying to block out all the frames right now. Yeah, it's a side-scrolling game, yeah. It's an old game that I made back when I was like 15 years old. For context, I'm a lot older than that now. And so I made this game back when I was like 15. And I was happy with it back then, but you know, I'm trying to bring it up into kind of a modern setting, you know, modern look at everything. So that is what I'm kind of working on here, is trying to update this animation. Ew, I do not like that. That is some gross ass banding. Yeah, I'm just trying to give it kind of a nice updated look. So far the animation looks good. I do like how everything's looking here. I feel like this should actually be out a little bit more rather than so close to the chest. Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. That nope, I don't like that. I think I liked it better before. I think this goes down too far. Yeah, the animation itself is looking pretty okay. I can show you here. I said obviously we don't have everything done at the moment, but this is primarily what I'm working with. Just get this here. So this right here is what my game looked like when I made it when I was 15 years old. And I'm putting in a transition thing in here. So when you hit the R button, it transforms it to the newer version. Obviously, I don't have all of his animations done yet, so we're still working on that. But yeah, that's the old version. It's the new version. So the gradient on the wood. Yeah, it was I feel kind of cheap about it because it's literally just a gradient. Like it's just a slightly transparent gradient texture back there. Like it's just an object that just literally, it's right here. It just covers up the wood. Like I said, again, I feel a little cheap about it, but I do like the way it looks. It was simple and effective. So we're doing that. I'm gonna be adding a whole bunch of extra little things to the environment, to the scene, to make it look more like a garage and stuff. You know, like maybe put like a trash can or something in here. I still have to do the ladder. Yeah, you'll be able to jump back and forth between old and new at any time. Like right now, you can see it's literally all real time. So you'll be able to just jump back and forth. I just haven't gotten everything all, obviously, done on the other side yet. But hello from the mobile world. My whole block's power went out. Oh, Donnie, I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. Yeah, it's just kind of a little labor of love. It's gonna be my first game on Steam. I've never released a game on Steam before, and I figured what better way, better way to release a game on Steam than have it be my first ever game I made, being my first ever game put out on Steam. I'm just completely overhauling it, and new platforming engine, a lot of polish and stuff to it. It's a very short little game. It's not even very long. It's more of a novelty than anything, but you know what? I'm passionate about it. It's not a gameplay mechanic, no. It's literally just a means to go, wow, look how it used to look. And look how it, looks now. Like it's kind of a testament to me. Like these are my first ever pixel graphics that I made when I was a kid. This was me first learning how to make pixel graphics, and this is what I can do now. So it's just kind of again, it's a special little thing to me because this was the game I made when I was a kid, and I was really passionate about it, and I loved it, and I was very proud of it. And now it's like, now I can just kind of revamp it and bring it into like a newer light. So it's just kind of more for fun than anything. I think the other arm would be in the back here. Still, I think. I think the issue is like I'm making like his upper arm so freaking long, right? Like his elbow should be like right here. Like it should be an even amount. Elbow and then onto this. And I'm just like, I don't know, somehow I'm making it so his elbow just goes on forever. That doesn't look right. That looks even. See, I even did it there too. Well, that one makes a little bit more sense because it's like, and some of these look just so different when you like have it all blocked out. Like that looks good, because you can imagine the black lines on there. You start to kind of imagine it. that one, I'm just not... I'm not happy with that. I think this needs to be lower. Does it? No, it needs to be higher, I think, actually. What is that little emo? The little frog in a car. That's so cute. I love that. iZombie. From iZombie. I don't like that either. That's really weird. Yeah, we don't like that. And swag and comf. Yep. Yeah, I'm just this arm is a frustration right now. It just does not look good, but I think I'll be able to refine it once I get, you know, I need to stop being such a perfectionist about this stuff. I just need to get it, I need to get it blocked out. That'll be fine. You know what, we're just gonna block it out. The back arm I like. My food about to perish if they don't send someone to fix it. How long has it been out? Is it because I lowered his shoulder? Because Donnie, if it hasn't been out that long, your food's not gonna go bad that quick. It just went out, yeah, as long as you, I mean, just don't open your fridge. Don't open your fridge as much as possible, and you should be good. But you're back, so that's good. I think that's the problem here, is I don't like the position of the shoulder on that one. That's even worse, doesn't it? I don't know. That frame's gonna bother me for a while. I'll have to figure it out. See, that one just like came together like almost perfectly. Like, what the fuck? That one came together great. Oh, it's so bad, man. It just looks so bad. Okay, that looks better. I think it was like I'm trying to... I think I'm just too badly trying to make this shadow thing here when it's not really necessary right now. Like, you know, it's not... Yeah, I should be just worrying about blocking in the shapes versus... Okay, there we go. I like that. That looks okay. Let's get the other back shoulder in here. Straight over there, okay. I don't know if I like that necessarily. Looks like he's doing a little ditty. Oh yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is like it's unnecessary for me to be fussing with this as much as I am trying to make it like perfect when I'm just gonna refine it anyway later. Like, what? I'm all fuss?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm also all tired, so I may be calling it here soon. My eyes. Hey. I'm having a hard time keeping my eyes open. Funds! For a second here, I joined in where I thought we were making an indivisible sequel. What? He made pink cake. It's very...
Pink, it's gay.
It's very...
It's got rainbows on the inside.
It does have rainbows. It's like a funfetti cake. He made a cake. We're gonna eat it. Wait, give me that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
There you go. Nice.
Yep. Hank! Cake? Yeah, we got cake. We got cake buns.
Takes like 5
That's a pretty gay cake. You haven't even seen the inside of it yet. All right, we're almost done here. We only have a few more frames. How you doing tonight, Funds? Hope everything's going well with you. Pretty good. Just got home from a busy day and was about to kick back and watch my favorite streamers before passing out. Green is not a creative color. Oh, this music? What the fuck? If I like that. We may be switching our radio station here soon, because this is yeah, this is definitely old music. What the fuck? Station is getting misty. Yeah, basically. The Clash and Saxes. I'm gonna move this arm down. And then we will extend it in the next frame. Breathe my soul away. Bro, you know what? You are absolutely not wrong. I don't like that. I want... Okay. I like that. That one turned out really easy. So we're gonna go to this next one. Oh. I don't know if I like that either, but again, we can refine this. Save this. God, why am I so tired? Ugh. I'm having a hard time even keeping my eyes open. I really want to finish up. How many more frames do we have left? We got 2 more frames left, technically. This one's a repeat of like this one. I can just adjust the arms a little bit. So these 2 are the main 2 that I have left, but it's looking pretty good though. Oh, that's gross. Hang on, this needs to go back to frame 4. No. Needs to go back to frame 3. I think this arm, this back arm here is too high. That does need to be like that. It's weird. Okay. Sing it, sister. Yeah, no, that's looking pretty good. I think the only thing I can really think of that needs to be changed on it is that. Yeah, I like where it's going. I like what it's putting down. We could add more dynamic, like a dynamic motion to it, similar to like what I did up here. Oh, that looks really, really bad. What I did here is I would make like a double frame here, and then a double frame of this one. And then these ones are normal. And we go a double frame of that, double frame of that. And this should still loop back to frame 3, but we increase the speed of the animation, so it's like 50 now. Actually, let's make it 60. Yeah, that looks a little bit more dynamic. I like that. If we run here, yeah, I'm not certain how much I want that dynamic stuff in there. Like it might be good, but it might be too much. I think a slower animation works for him, so we'll have to I'll play around with it more once I get it there. Once I get to a closer spot like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of those for now. Let's take it back to 30. Still looping back to the same place, but let's just get rid of these extra frames. Does not look like the same color. This color here looks so yellow when it's just off on its own, but then when it's like on his face, it looks pretty peach. It's so weird to me. Magic of color theory. Color theory is pretty fucking fantastic. I'll leave that there, that's fine. I like the way that one turned out. I didn't even have to make a copy of that. Interesting. This is fucking hold music. This is goddamn hold music. I know this is. Why am I just like nailing these hands now? I think it's because in the previous one I was too afraid to make his arms too thick or something. But I mean, honestly, I'm gonna add an outline around them, so it's like they're gonna get a little bit, they're gonna look a little thinner. So it's okay to make them a little bit thicker right now. Plus it gives that nice chunky blocky shape. It helps us figure out where we want the arms and stuff to be. You know what? I'm just not even gonna do that. We're just deleting this. My eye. I like cats and nightingales. Well, I would be using the chiptunes radio, but it doesn't work. It's broken. Oh well. But yeah, this radio station's always been a little weird. We could go with a neon palm mall. We could do some vaporware, right? You know, I'm not really a big fan of vaporware too much. It doesn't really do much for me. But I do like Astral Throb. Astral Throb makes really good music. See if we can get something from them that I would want to listen to before, like as our last thing before we leave. I don't want a dark synth. 7 months ago. Wow, they haven't uploaded anything in 7 months. Here, let's listen to this. Just listen to this. This sounds good. Yeah, it's a channel called Astral Throb, and they do like these usually hour-long mixes of just like synth wave, chill wave, dark wave stuff. And I usually like it a lot. Those two together look so weird. I don't even think I need the next one. I think I'm just gonna end it there. Let's see here. There we go, you guys. Here, let's see if we can get a little bit of a better view on it. What's I'm bad at math right now, so we're not gonna worry about this. 186. This way we can get a better look at it. Up bigger. Up bigger. This was a thing that I was thinking was going to take like the longest amount of time, like one of the hardest things I was going to have to do for this whole upgrade version of the sprites. So knowing that it's going, I mean, it is taking a bit, but I mean, I think any good animation is going to take a little bit. So just knowing that it's actually progressing feels so good. Like that's so cool. Back to frame 3. Okay. Here we go. And this is, you should be able to see it a lot clearer now. Obviously, we're gonna edit his head and everything. His head and his hat will move while he's running. Probably bob up a little bit. Well, I like that a lot, especially like the little detail. Even though it's not fully fleshed out yet, you can see the little detail in the shirt sleeve as it kind of flops. I feel like I need to resize up some of the frames of the arms, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. I like it. So we got his arms done tonight. Yeah, we got legs and arms going now. Very good. I like it. It's hard to see his arm because it just blends in with the background. It's such an improvement over over this. I swear. Ah. Anyway. It's a lot of fun, though. That's a lot of fun. I think that's definitely where I'm going to call it for the evening. I am really tired. I need to get to bed. I need to get some good sleep tonight. I got 2 more days of work, and then I got Tuesday and Wednesday off. So this was like a long stretch. It was 7 days in a row, and I keep staying up way too late. It's my own fault. It's nobody's fault but my own. I keep staying up too late and thinking I'll be fine, and it's like I just haven't been. So you know what? We're gonna go, since we're working on some game dev stuff. Let's go and raid. Oh, is he drawing a lion? No, it's not a lion. It looks kind of like a lion. We're gonna go raid Outcast because I adore Outcast. His art is so good. Subscriber only chat. Okay. Okay, subscribe. Why is he in subscriber only chat? I mean, I am a sub of him, so that's fine, but why is he in subscriber only chat? Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. If you guys are not following Outcast, go follow Outcast. He's a super nice dude and does amazing art. And his 3D model is wonderful too. But his 2D is great too, and he drew it, and it's awesome. And maybe someday I might see if he'll draw something for me. I might have to like commission him because he's awesome, and I love his art so much. So, yeah. I hope that the sounds all were good tonight. I hope that the microphone settings are a good upgrade. So I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna listen to the stream a little bit in parts, just to make sure that everything sounds good, and to make sure that the volume levels are okay. I think that they're mostly okay, but it's hard for me to tell on my end sometimes. So, but anyway, thank you all for joining me. I will be back on Tuesday. We're gonna be doing more game dev. That's all we're gonna be doing. So I hope I'll see you guys then. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will catch you on the next stream. Enjoy your night. Bye. Hi, Quincy.
Oh. Soon. Yeah.
But yeah, no, orcas are very smart, and they've oh my god, boss, welcome in. How is your software and game development? Oh my gosh, what are you working on?
Smart.
Software and game development. I don't know what.
Well, obviously. You'll never believe this, but development of, you know, something along the lines of. Thank you so much for the raid. Hi, my name is Outcast Stars, and I'm an artist/streamer. We play a variety of games like Fortnite and other single-player adventure games, and I do a bunch of artwork as well. And I'm joined today by the lovely Ibid, one of my moderators, and one of my other moderators/streamer, Sylvie.
I /streamers.
She's the one that's.
Wait, I didn't stop streaming.
Over there.